12 things that will become a luxury. Today's standards of what constitutes opulence were not always in place. Let's try to predict which items will become expensive in the future. Number 1. Privacy. The idea that your Gmail and Facebook messages and the URLs of the websites you have been reading online are being collected, analyzed and sold to advertisers might not disturb you. There's more to it than just targeted advertising, as Julian Angwin of the New York Times argues in an opinion piece. She continues, "It has also been utilized to charge customers various charges based on personal information. It has been used to tailor people's searches results to their individual political leanings. When a sizable number of people begin fretting over the privacy breach, maintaining anonymity will be prohibitively expensive." Number 2. Fresh air. Even though the introduction of bottled water was initially met with some amusement, the trend has now gone mainstream, and bottles of water are now routinely used on a daily basis. An organization estimates that daily plastic water bottle consumption in the United States alone is at 70 million. Since you can now get air in a bottle, the same may be true for it. It costs £80 for a jar that contains exactly 580 milliliters of air. As the story goes, it all began with Moses Lamb and Troy Paquette selling an air in a Ziploc bag on eBay. Their second bag sparked a bidding war and ultimately went for £99. So undoubtedly, fresh air and other luxuries we now take for granted will all become a rarity. Nevertheless, this is only the beginning. Number 3. Clear skies. What you all find when you throw open your curtain depends on where you reside. To have a clear outlook is a remarkable fortune. There are a lot of people who wake up to a gloomy, uninspiring world of smog, pollution and blurred vistas. Daily, haze obscures the skylines of countless cities. Factors contributing to poor air quality include factories' exhaust and car emissions. Nepal has the worst air pollution in the world, followed by Qatar and Egypt, according to the organization. When it comes to air pollution, though, New Zealand is far and away the leader, followed by Brunei and Finland. Number 4. Topsoil. Have you ever heard that 95% of the food in the world can't be grown without topsoil? What then if nothing but the topsoil remains? I know, it's a frightful idea. Furthermore, topsoil is eroding at an alarming rate, which compounds the problem. Almost half of the most fertile soil in the world has perished in the last 150 years as a result of conventional agricultural methods. You may be wondering, why the heck are we not being told about this? And the answer is probably because the dirt isn't glamorous, as stated by worldtime.com. It is estimated that the topsoil on our planet has only roughly 60 years left. Well, if nothing is done to safeguard it, food production will drop by at least 30%, with the poorest countries bearing the brunt of the impact once again. Number 5. Clean drinking water. Obviously, 1 in 3 individuals do not have access to clean water, according to World Health Organization. The 2019 article states that approximately 2.2 billion people around the world do not have safely managed drinking water services. 4.2 billion do not have safely managed sanitation services, and 3 billion lack basic hand washing facilities. The fact that so many people go without clean water is terrifying. Thus, you should be thankful every time you turn on your tap and it delivers clean water. Don't throw it away like so many other things. Number 6. Phosphorous. As long as we are discussing farming, phosphorus is likely to be another expensive commodity. Phosphorus is essential to life and we are rapidly losing out. It is a vital ingredient for all living things. It is essential to the functioning of our DNA, and it is also needed by all organisms as a daily food source for the generation of cellular energy. Phosphorus is essential to all forms of life and cannot be replicated synthetically. Besides nitrogen and potassium, fertilizer also contains phosphorus. Nothing can create it and nothing can destroy it. Number 7. Time. Most of us spend too much on what is urgent and not enough on what is important. Observe the late American educator Stephen Covey. Isn't it also the case that we envy those who appear to have an abundance of free time, if it's only 5 minutes? We live in a world where the future of luxury is time, yet we never have enough of it to do anything. Put it to good use rather than frittering it away on items you don't really need. Number 8. Owning a property. Buying a house these days is next to impossible. It's a struggle even with 2 incomes and parental support. For young people, it's becoming increasingly difficult to climb the property ladder, and home ownership remains a rarity in many parts of the world. Number 9. Land. Tony Soprano advises his son Al to buy land cause God ain't making any more of it, in the hit HBO series The Sopranos. And I'm not exaggerating one bit. For more illuminating quotations and insights from the show, check out our video 15 Business Lessons from Sopranos. According to a BBC article by Rachel Newer, nearly half of total land feeds more than half of humankind, while only approximately 3% of the total land holds roughly 2% of the planet's people. However, the ever-increasing need for resources to support urban lives means that the number of relatively pristine sites remaining to visit will likewise likely decline as the population grows. Number 10. Coal and natural gas. If we keep burning coal, oil and gas at the current rate, the world will run out of resources. There are now projections that we will deplete supplies by the year 2060. But if global demand keeps rising, we may really run out much sooner. The alternative is the use of renewable energy sources, and individuals are discovering new and more sustainable ways to produce their own gas. Making use of cow manure as a source of methane for cooking is one such example. As a side note, human waste works just well. Number 11. Helium. Helium uses extend far beyond filling up balloons for a party and making a chipmunk noise when you inhale it. Some of the many applications of this gas include pressurizing the fuel tanks of liquid-fueled rockets, inflating blimps, and providing an inert barrier for arc welding. Unlike other elements, helium does not replenish over time. Created by the radioactive decay of uranium and thorium, it is released from geological formalities at great depths. It then creeps upward through the earth, creating pockets of natural gas that are mined for their energy. It's only element on the periodic table that actually leaves the planet and travels into space. And number 12. Luxury itself. The very definition of opulence is shifting. Brands with long and storied histories used to pique our interest, but times have changed. Young consumers placed a higher value on business that use fair labor standards, pay their employees a living salary, and obtain their goods from reputable suppliers. If companies don't adopt to meet the changing needs of their customers and environment, luxury as we know it will gradually disappear.